live from Desert Financial Arena. It's time for Sun Devil Extra. Braden Bell joined alongside Arizona State AD Graham Rossini. And Graham, seems like this happens a lot, but really good weekend of Sun Devil athletics a week ago. A lot of wins, a lot of exciting moments. We'll cover those all on today's show, but how was the weekend for you?
Awesome weekend. I mean, just what can you say about a Saturday where everybody who put on a maroon and gold uniform won? Football, hockey, women's hoops, I know we'll talk about all of those, and then swimming down in Knoxville doing their thing. So really good weekend for the Devils.
And not to mention a conference championship from Arizona State volleyball that happened not on Saturday, but last week as well. That's kind of the basis of the show today. We'll be joined by Colby Neal and Bailey Miller in the segments to come. But we'll start with Sun Devil football. Now 8-3 on the year, a roadkill in Boulder against the Buffaloes, 42-17 the final score. And Ralik was the star on Saturday. 255 rushing yards, 288 total yards in the game. And the Devils win by a big margin despite 4 turnovers in that game. So another win, and now all eyes to this weekend against the team down south.
I mean, first of all, strong shoe game out of Ralik over the weekend. Adidas cleats, I don't even know what color they were. They were very bright, they were very noticeable, and he ran a lot. And so it was a perfect time for whatever shoe he was wearing from Adidas. Worked out really well. So. And I'm gonna flip the script a little bit. Early Sun Devil for life. Phil Mickelson. We're sitting down. We just saw Phil Mickelson shouts out Ralik. Million followers on Twitter. Proud Sun Devil, still paying attention to his alma mater. He wasn't there, but he was there in spirit.
Sure.
And there you go. Sun Devil for life. Phil Mickelson.
He really threw a wrench into my plans because now I don't know what I'm going to talk about in the last segment. But Ralik also went over 1,000 yards this season with that performance. That's the 11th time in the last 15 years that ASU has had a 1,000-yard rusher. And in the year after Cam Scadaboo, of course, we knew it was a really talented running back room, but it was Ralik that stepped up and really taken the baton.
Yeah, in the year where we thought we'd have depth, injuries kind of played a role in that. We've missed Sip a lot, but Ralik kind of stepping up in the absence of Kyson Brown. What can you say? I mean, just really doing his thing, and 1,000 yards. It was cool post-game Saturday. Coach Dillingham was in the press conference and gave Coach Iguano a shout out and talked about the job that he continues to do. And it's not a rebuild, it's a reload. And the fact that we have so much incredible running back talent here on this roster right now, but then also just over the last several years, then in our program's history, as you mentioned. So glad that Ralik joined that 1,000-yard club, and several games left.
Yeah.
Let's keep adding to it.
Yep. Well, there's at least one more in the regular season. Who knows? Maybe a trip to Arlington still in the works.
Yep.
Still absolutely possible heading into last week. But let's talk about that Territorial Cup matchup. It just feels right. Back on Black Friday, national spotlight, and a couple of teams that are both 8-3. It's really a rare occasion. Only the second time since 1978 that both Arizona State and the other team have 8 wins. So it is a rare occasion and a really fun matchup on Black Friday.
Yeah, Kenny and I were talking early this morning. I think probably since 2013 is the last time that this game has had so much significance for postseason and bowl placement, and both teams playing really, really well. So, I mean, what else do you ask for? It's just going to be awesome. And glad that it's at home here at Mountain America Stadium. What a better way to spend Black Friday. I know we'll talk about it's a busy day, a lot of really exciting things happening on campus that Friday, all culminating in the Territorial Cup game under the lights. Fox national television audience. If you're at home kind of recovering from a big thirsty or Thanksgiving Thursday, maybe it's thirsty, I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm thirsty. What a better way. You're watching Sun Devils play on national TV. We're getting off the rails. It's early in the show when we're already off the rails, but we'll recover nicely.
We will. We always
like
do.
our chances.
The importance of this game, though, Graham, obviously, like you said, it's even bigger now that both teams are having winning seasons, but we all know it. You throw the records off the table a little bit in this game every single year, and to have it back at home, you can already have that big game feel, even though, as we're recording here on a Monday, it's still days away.
Yeah, I mean, the buzz has already started. I mean, the moment after that game on Saturday, you start to get texts from people saying, hey, can't wait for Friday, the Territorial Cup. Kenny did a really good job talking to the team after the game, just simplify it. A lot left to play for the season. Right now, it's a one-game season. This game is the only thing we're thinking about. It's the only thing that matters. Nothing else in the sport is top of mind other than beating U of A on Friday.
And there was a large Sun Devil contingent in Boulder, and they were chanting "Beat U of A" as the Sun Devils were running off the field. So clearly, it's on the top of mind of the fan base, the players.
Fun. Traditions matter.
Awesome. Yeah.
Traditions matter.
Here we go.
A special one.
It is.
Yep.
It is. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Moving on now, speaking of a lot of fun and speaking of also gaining some national prominence, there was a shot hit right behind us on Saturday by Marley Washnitz. If you haven't seen it, I don't know where you've been. but how did it sound on the Sun Devil Radio Network? Vince Marotta had the call. This is how Marley Washenet's game winner against UNLV sounded.
Levette with 7, with 6, with 5 on the shot clock. Elliott way out front with 3. Got nothing going. Washenet's fires. Oh my goodness! Marley Washenet's picked up a loose ball and flung it toward the hoop and banked it in for her first bucket of the game.
Oh, wow.
You have got to be kidding me.
And off the glass, too. Holy smokes.
Great stuff there from Vince Marotta, and shout out to him as well, stepping in. Jeff Munn, of course, in Hawaii with the men's basketball program, so he kind of steps in first time in a while doing a game. Couldn't have asked for a more dramatic shot, and that thing went mega viral, as it deserved.
I mean, let's be real. You know Money wanted that call.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's living large in Hawaii right now, and he's like, man, I missed the chance to call that shot in that moment. But, yeah, glad that Vince was with us to step in, and it's incredible. I probably showed it to 50 people Saturday night, and you know, got word that we had won the game right as the football game was starting. Didn't have a chance to look at the play until a few minutes later, and I reached out to Molly to say congrats on the win, not knowing how it ended, and then was embarrassed that I didn't realize the significance or the way that it ended, and I had to go back to her. I was like, hey, I didn't see the shot until now. This was unbelievable, the way that we won that game, and so what a moment. What a cool moment for her to get recognized by SportsCenter Top Play. How do you top that? I don't know that there would have been a lot of challenging moments for that, even on a college football Saturday, but good that Marley's gone viral for all the right reasons, and we're working on a T-shirt of the shot.
Okay.
That's already in the mix on a Monday morning. We got that in the hopper. We'll play up that moment, but what an incredible way to end. So what more do you say?
The Hail Marley.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm
Call
here.
the T-shirt editors, Hail Marley.
I'm here all
Just
week.
Mix it in.
You see, and you said Money wanted that call. I was in New York City over the weekend.
I'm
and of course,
texting
I think
somebody about that right
you
now.
should. Any play-by-play broadcaster is like, I wish I had that call. I would have screamed that from the heavens, but we'll get that on the T-shirt. We'll see, maybe. 5-0, by the way, Graham. He's sending off a text, so I'll tell you guys at home. 5-0 for the first time since 02-03. Text has been sent. We're now in business. So the record, obviously,
beauty
phenomenal.
of recorded television.
It's gorgeous. So another win, 5-0, like I said. That's great. And then they have a busy weekend coming up. Utah Tech on Tuesday. Then Little Rock and Southeast Missouri State this weekend. Of course, Black Friday, as we said, very busy around these parts. So
and what a fun sport. I mean,
yeah, it's so much
a fun
fun to
sport. It's taken storm nationally, but within this building right now, Desert Financial Arena, there's not many more fun women's basketball teams in the country to watch than ours. I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to go on record. They are playing together. It is up-tempo. It is energetic. Our coaching staff, our players, everybody's on the same page. Molly's Minis is starting to kind of gain some momentum as we get deeper into the home schedule. So, yeah, this weekend, Friday, come out. Games during the week. A lot of exciting games. A lot of home games, which is good on both men's and women's side to have a lot more home games in the non-conference than we did a year ago. So come out and join us. A lot of fun things going on here in Desert Financial.
keep stacking the wins, and they'll have the chance to do that 3 times this weekend.
Yep.
Speaking of new merchandise, there's some new championship merchandise opportunities because of Sun Devil Volleyball. As we said in the open, back-to-back Big 12 championships clinched in Houston. They sweep another weekend. Still number 9 in the country, but 24-3, 15-1 in Big 12 play. All those numbers are great. Another ring is what really matters, and they clinch it again on the road this year.
Yeah, we got the new banner in motion.
Okay.
Trying to get that turned around before hopefully we're hosting in the NCAA tournament. And you're right, if you win a championship, you got to have championship merch. Sean's going to help us get the image up somewhere.
Left or right shoulder.
Yeah, one of the shoulders, and a shirt goes great on the shoulder. So what else? What else do you need? What more do you say about women's volleyball? Just unbelievable. It's gonna be a fun. I don't want to call it a victory lap week because they still want to win these 2 games that we've got at home Wednesday night against Cincinnati and then wrapping up the regular season against West Virginia. But we're able now to really program around it a lot and making sure the team can get recognized Friday night at the football game. I was talking to Lisa Young, our deputy AD, this morning, and I can't wait to get that shot of the volleyball team getting recognized in front of that crowd Friday night and get the heroes welcome that they deserve. It's going to be a cool moment. You know, the Big 12 trophies are very impressive and significant, and so the team carrying that trophy out in that setting to get their due will be a special moment. Coach Powers has already invited JJ to drop the puck at the hockey game on Saturday, which would be great. We'll get the team recognized then as well. And then Saturday against West Virginia, we'll make it a whole theme for the 11 a.m. game here at DFA. So I want to give them some hometown love. Crowds have been unbelievable in volleyball all season long. We've been able to talk about that on this show quite a bit. And we want that momentum heading into the postseason with a team let's call it what it is. They're situated for a great tournament run. And I know that they're trying to calibrate and get ready, but this team just continues to impress and can't wait to see what they do in postseason volleyball.
Yeah, and they're really connected as well. It's very clear watching them on a week in, week out basis of they just step through. They now have the target on their backs in this conference, and yet they continue to deliver. By the way, just speaking of the Big 12 championship trophy, staying with volleyball, but that's now 5 conference titles across all sports in the last 2 years since joining the Big 12.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's really, really impressive stuff, what this athletic department as a whole, obviously volleyball delivering 2 of those, but it's been a heck of a start into this conference.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people working really hard, and so it's nice when our teams are having success at a high level and the athletes get that recognition. We're investing in our coaches and their ability to have success, and total team effort. Really proud of the entire department for creating the opportunity for the athletes to kind of go knock the door down and earn these championships, and it's something that we want to continue to celebrate and add to at the same time. We're not done.
Yeah, not at all. Off now to the islands. We've mentioned our friend Jeff Munn a couple of times. He is living a tough life right now in Maui, where the men's basketball team prepares for the Maui Invitational. They get going on Monday night. Of course, this will be released after that game, but they play Texas, and it's a really good field. Wazoo, Chaminade will be the next opponent one way or the other after they play Texas, but you got USC, NC State, Boise State, Seton Hall, all in that tournament. And I guess more so than talking about the specifics of the matchups, because, again, this is recorded, so we'll have this released in a day from where we're recording now or so. But I guess the question I had for you is just in today's day and age, with this team specifically with so many new faces, how beneficial it can be to go on a trip like this, where core life memories are made, and yet you're also competing in a really good tournament. It seems like that's something that can help you down the line as the season progresses.
Yeah, I think anytime you're together with a group of people, there's common goals in mind, and you get that shared experience of a trip to Hawaii together, it's going to be something that they remember forever. And it's a bonding moment. And even though the fact that the season started, you still need those bonding moments. You still need that togetherness as a team, as a program. And so I'm glad that they're having it together because, again, out the gate, this team's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
They're playing together. They're happy for each other to have success. It's a group of complementary pieces. You know, Mo Odom seems to really be demonstrating a lot of leadership characteristics out the gate, but the fact that they're together in such a unique setting, this is one of the most famous tournaments in college basketball ever, and so it's great that we're back there, and Coach Hurley's had his own success in Maui as a player and has had a chance to coach there before, so a lot can benefit a program when you're already playing together and you're already playing well, and now you get this bonding experience in a way that some of these guys may not have been there before, and it's over the holidays, and it's just a lot of things kind of work in your favor. So just happy that they have it. And you know, volleyball's talked a lot about their spring trip to Hawaii that they used to come together, and that's one of those sports that our roster can transition in January, and so that new roster getting off campus but together. Hockey does a retreat up in Flagstaff. Football has Camp T. So every sport's got kind of a version of that.
Sure.
And for men's basketball to have that right now in Maui, I know they'll come back connected, independent of what the results are. That's really important to kind of catapult them into conference play. We've got a couple big games even before Big 12 ramps up in December over at Mortgage Matchup Center as well. So yeah, only good things happen from it, and happy that they're having a good time over there.
No doubt. One of the beauties of the road shows, we get the energy of wherever we're at. Women's basketball practice getting ready to get going. So we're going to step aside, take a break. We'll be back, though, with stars from Sun Devil Volleyball. Graham will join us again in the 4th segment to finish today's show on Sun Devil Extra. Back here on Sun Devil Extra, Braden Bell joined alongside one of the stars of the Arizona State volleyball team, Bailey Miller, joining us, the senior out of Quinlan, Texas. Bailey, first off, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So let's talk about some pretty significant news. You've now been a part of back-to-back Big 12 championship winning teams. Just clinched that over the weekend in Houston. Congrats on that first and foremost. But You know, I know you guys are so locked in during the course of a year, and there's really not a lot of time to breathe. Has it sunk in that you've now done this back-to-back?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you. I think that part is like the weirdest thing because, you know, we know that we've won, we know that we've accomplished something that's huge, especially going back to back, but it's just we're constantly thinking about what's in front of us. So I think everybody, it kind of like sinks in when we get those hats and we get to put the shirts on and like all the confetti, I think, and you know, getting the rings. But I think as of right now, everybody's just like steamrolling forward. But yeah, we're all super excited.
So you clinched it last year at home. This year you were in Houston. Nice little locker room celebration with JJ bringing in the trophy, of course. I guess, how did that celebration compare to the year before? They're always going to be fun, of course.
Yeah.
How was it doing it on the road this time?
I mean, we were trying to be respectful, obviously, like, not just trying to like boast about it. So it was kind of cool to have it like in an intimate space and like being all together and being able to have like the water and spray it on everybody. So it was definitely different, but I would say it was still a cool experience. And you know, they had like the replica trophy ready, so that was cool to already have that too. So yeah, no, it was still fun.
Bailey, I'm curious about this team's dynamic, just watching you guys. Obviously, the record's phenomenal. All you guys do is win, but that doesn't mean you aren't tested. There have been so many matches in Big 12 play where you've had to come back after a slow start or rally through the other teams giving you their best shot because you guys have the target on your backs. I'm curious about the dynamic, though, of this squad. Seems like you guys really do love each other. How much fun is it playing with this group?
Oh, it's so special, and I think we're just so resilient because we love each other and because we want to see each other succeed. We've had people come into the gym and say, I've never been in a gym where even the bench players are so happy for the people on the court, and every time someone comes off, like they're always saying, okay, you have this shot open, or hey, you're doing really good, you got this. So everybody's just genuinely so happy for each other, and I think that makes us much more resilient.
How contagious is that as well? How does that allow you to get through some of those tough moments?
Yeah, I think we're only as strong as our weakest link. I know it's like a super popular thing to say, but it genuinely is how it is. And so even, you know, people who really aren't getting any playing time, they still are contributing, you know, in practice and things like that. And they're just genuinely happy to be there and just want to contribute like wherever they can. So.
You're probably going to roll your eyes and hate this, but we got to brag up Bailey here because she is phenomenal. Double-double against Houston, 14 kills, 15 digs. That's 12 in a row now in terms of matches with double-digit kills. You now have 50 or over 50 double-doubles on your career. You're lighting it up this season.
Thank you.
You put in the work over the offseason. We've talked to JJ about that so far this year, but from your perspective, like how special is it to be playing some of your best volleyball, rounding into form when it matters most?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is all I could have ever asked for, and I think it just stemmed from me wanting to have deserved that leadership role and to earn the privilege to lead these girls, and I think it's making me a better player because I want to be good for them.
You mentioned leadership, but there are also the intangibles. You added 5 inches to your vert over the offseason, which that's unheard of. You are certainly like bouncy. It's fun to watch you and Noemi on each side, of course, attack. But in terms of the work you put in over the offseason, what was that regimen like? Because like I said, that's an unbelievable growth to the vert.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a lot of discipline. I was meal prepping all of my meals. I was, you know, taking my supplements. I was making sure I was getting a gallon of water a day coming in. I think I won all but one of the challenges in the weight room. So I got like the Iron Devil or whatever too. So I think just, you know, being locked in every single day and even like the little things like sleep and drinking water and, you know, taking my supplements, like I said, like just being consistent with that and coming in trying to be good every day.
As you just said there, that's a mark of maturity, right? And that's developed over time. It's not necessarily something that most people have. Is that something that you kind of were able to find once you came to Tempe, or what clicked in that aspect? Because, you know, putting in that amount of time and having that discipline, it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, I think just using my resources, I think not everybody knows how much it really does affect you, like the little things, like the sleep and nutrition and things like that. So talking to the nutritionist, talking to Jake, our weight room coach, and, you know, really just learning the significance of those little things and knowing that like that little inch will really count in the end. So. And
it has. Yeah. I'm curious in terms of where you guys are sitting now. From an outsider's perspective, you look at your record, you look at, you know, being conference champions again, and from someone that's not in the gym with you guys every day, you might say, well, they've got it rolling. But in terms of I know you're coach, you're always going to be working on things.
Yes.
What are some of those things you guys are trying to really round into form before the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think just, you know, playing as a team, playing our system, continuing to work on connection with hitters, just being relentless on defense. It's really just polishing the little things and making sure that everybody's locked in on getting at least 1% better. I know that's really difficult to do when you're at this level, but even coming in, trying to get even like 0.05% better every single day. So even like those little strides that we can make, just little tweaks, is really important and can mean the difference in the end.
You being a senior, hopefully you're going to be playing postseason ball here, but regular season-wise, you have 2 left, one of which is against your former school in West Virginia.
Yes.
Again, it's so hard to reflect on things before they've happened, especially, but all you've done is win on this floor. Like, that's it, literally. Have you kind of taken a moment into thinking, wow, this is almost over?
Yes, I have, and it really is. I mean, it's bittersweet because I'm really excited for the things that we have in the future and to be able to reflect back and just say, like, hey, we really did that. We were able to, so far up until this point, be undefeated on our home court. And so just even that feat on its own is just really cool to look back on, but it also is heartbreaking because I love this team and I love this program so much. So if I would keep playing here, but yeah, it obviously has to come to an end.
Okay, last one for you, and a quick hitter, and it has to do with Thanksgiving since it's the week of the holiday. You can take this broadly, doesn't have to do with volleyball, we can go team specific, however you want to handle this.
Okay.
What is something that Bailey Miller is thankful for?
Ooh. I really am just thankful for the people that I've met in this program and being in Tempe, the community here. Yeah, just super general. I love, like, after games, all the little kids coming up to us and being a part of the community and being role models for them, and even parents coming up and saying, like, you've really made a big impact on my child. Like, that is a huge thing for me. And then obviously the team and the coaching staff, they've really taken me in, and I'm so grateful for everything that JJ has done for me and everybody else. And having my parents here in Tempe, it was really big for me too. So just everything around, like, being able to transfer here and have the opportunity to play for such a good program.
And you've starred, and hopefully that continues not only this week but into the tournament as well. Bailey Miller is one of the stars, but the reason why this program is great is the strength in numbers. Colby Neal, another star for ASU volleyball. Join us. Back here on Sun Devil Extra, continuing with the volleyball trend on today's program, and joined now by the star middle blocker, graduate student from San Diego, Colby Neal, joining us on the program. Colby, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm curious, just in terms of where you guys are at as a team right now. You just clinched a Big 12 title your first year in Tempe, but for the program back-to-back now. Just kind of rounding into form before the NCAA tournament, what are the vibes like with this squad right now?
Yeah, I think definitely we understand that although we have the title, the season isn't over. Yeah. Conference isn't over, and we still have 2 games coming up, really important, especially for our seeding going into the tournament, that we do well and stay focused. So I think just really wanting to finish super strong and see what, I guess, the season has for us moving forward.
I'm curious, through the entire season so far, 24-3, you have the great record in Big 12 play and now a trophy to back that up. But it hasn't come without adversity. You guys have had to battle through a lot of storms. You're now the favorite in the conference, so everyone's going to give you their best shot. What are some of those things that you've learned about this group throughout the entire season?
I think this is one of the most adaptable groups that I've been a part of. Even just like when we had, like when I was out and we had Lam and no other middles, KP stepped up and she played as well as she could, and she did amazing.
Against Texas,
yes, against Texas. Yeah. And like that just meant so much to me, just to see someone be able to give their all when, you know, I couldn't. And that, I guess, just everyone, my sister being able to be in a libero jersey one day, play on the pin the next. So all of those things, like, that's really, really cool and special, and just shows how bought in that this team is. And I think that's why it's been so special and why we have that title. You
know, you mentioned the word buy-in, or 2 words, buy-in, whatever. And JJ has talked about you specifically being bought in. And it's rare sometimes for someone transferring in as a graduate student. You might not have that same amount of buy-in at all times, but clearly you have, and you've poured a lot into this program, and now you're seeing the rewards for that. What does that say, you know, about this group, this coaching staff, that once you came here into Tempe, you were ready to go, ready to contribute everything?
Yeah, I mean, coming in, obviously my sister being here helped not only bring me here, but give me a really good idea of what I was stepping into. So just seeing the way that they have treated her, helped her develop, and made her feel super confident throughout the years, that just really made me feel ready to, I guess, go all in right when I got here. Just this whole program, everybody is working so hard all the time, and when someone else is doing that for you, it's really easy to keep doing that for other people. So that's been huge. And just as for me personally, I have I just always feel like I could grow, I could improve, and I want to get to the next level. And I just want to keep being the best player that I can be. And the way that you do that is just by listening to what your coaches are telling you, following the system that you're in, and just fully committing to the season and the people that you have around you.
It's a great answer, Jillian. I should say Colby, because we're about to talk about Jillian. And your sister being in this program already. Last year you were at Oregon. Mm-hmm. Were you dialed into what this squad was doing? Like, obviously you'd heard from your sister, but how often were you watching matches last year?
I was watching whenever I could.
Okay.
I remember there was one day that I was watching a match. I had just finished my own. I'm like walking home. I'm like in this like dark alleyway. It's raining. We're in Oregon.
Yep.
And I'm just like trying to wipe the water off the screen. Like, I just am so invested in like my sister. We're really close, and just like seeing this team succeed. And I met a bunch of the girls, and they're all super nice. They all loved her, and they were super kind to her. So I have been really rooting for this team since before I knew that it was a possibility to come here.
And now you're starring in it. You know, you mentioned playing at the next level. We don't really break news on this program, but that became official this morning. A first-round pick by the Orlando Valkyries, the defending champs of the MLV draft. So congratulations, first off.
Thank you.
And your initial thoughts on taking it to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. It's just an honor to be able to continue, and it definitely gives me some confidence moving into, I guess, the tournament, but really wanting to also stay focused on, you know, what we got going on. But it's nice to have something to look forward to afterwards. It just makes it a little bit easier.
You know, I would say that's something to definitely look forward to. In terms of your family dynamic, we've talked about your sister already. Mm-hmm. You come from a family full of athletes. Your dad, 3-time Super Bowl champion with the Patriots, your mom, a college softball player, your brother currently wrestling at Colorado Mesa. He's a freshman there. So I'm curious about the dynamic. Mm-hmm. Let's say family vacation or even Thanksgiving dinner being topical. When you have so many great athletes, I'm assuming you're all very competitive. Mm-hmm. What is it like when all of you get together?
Well, I don't think it's surprising that we had to take a break from board games at our house for a little while, especially when we were all like close to the age of 10.
Yeah.
We're all learning. Emotions are big.
Days would be ruined.
Days would be ruined. Weeks would be ruined. Not really, but we definitely do get competitive. You know, it's funny, you mentioned like family vacations. When we can.
Yeah.
Usually a tournament ends up being a vacation. It's like, we'll stay 2 extra days. But I mean, we wouldn't have it any other way. It's really cool to be able to see like my brother go succeed at his tournaments, and then my sister go succeed at hers. And just me being in college first also, like I know my family's always there supporting me. So that's just been really cool. But I think that what's cool about my family is we can do a really good job of being competitive, but I'm also really close with my brother. So we all love to just hang out and bond with each other over our competitive spirit.
Yeah, sport is clearly a major point of conversation, I'm sure, at all times. You know, going back to the style you play here at ASU, being a middle specifically, the speed and the tempo you guys play with, I know that is very challenging for opponents, of course, to deal with, but with you coming in here and clearly having the success that you've had this year, how has that system really lent to bring out the best in you?
I think it's been, well, at first, I was not very successful. I was having a really hard time adjusting. Like my first week of practice, like official practice in the gym, I just was like lost. And luckily the coaches invested some extra time and just helped me realize that like it's not about, you know, hitting as hard as you can or I guess making it look the best. It's like you just need to get there fast and score. And that mindset has truly changed my entire career. Like that really helped me to understand this like new super quick style of play and just to be a lot smarter and make better choices. And you know, you can still have those fun highlight moments, but it's just like in order to score so often, you know, sometimes you got to sacrifice that, but a point is a point either way.
Yeah. You know, following up on that, you said that first week was really tough. Was there like a light bulb moment where you're like, okay, wait, I think I'm starting to get this now?
I think it was just like, it was pretty gradual, especially, you know, double days.
Yeah.
Once practice is over, my brain is off. I can't do it anymore. But just that constant having my coaches there, doing film, seeing myself, it was just more gradual, which was also cool because I could see every day the little changes that I was doing or, oh, like looking back, I started doing this better or this better. And that was really, really fun to just keep getting better and keep getting better and keep getting better. And I've tried to keep that mindset going forward. But it was super noticeable in the beginning.
You know, I'm curious, transferring over in college athletics nowadays isn't all that rare, but to have two impact players come in from one school, Ducks to Devils, Noemi Glover being the other former Oregon Duck coming in here. I'm curious, just when you learned, because I understand that wasn't necessarily a package deal, when you learned Noemi was also coming over to join forces, and obviously she's been an impact player for you guys all year long as well, one of the best players in the country. What was your thought process like?
I mean, it's funny, I was really surprised just at first. I think she thought that she was gonna do something else, or she just wasn't sure. And then she came on her visit, and I think like the same thing happened of like, once you see it, you just can't let it go. And so then she was telling me about it, and I just was like, I mean, I won't be mad, like I won't be mad. But it's been incredible, and it's so nice to have somebody here who just like completely gets it and understands the exact kind of transition that I'm going through of like from the same place to the next same place. So just having her here, like, and having somebody else that I've known for such a long time has been an awesome experience, especially as a transfer.
Family dynamic, former teammate dynamic. You get that with Jillian, then of course with Noemi. Last one for you, Colby. In terms of the Thanksgiving holiday coming up, topical question here. Your favorite Thanksgiving traditions. Now I understand, like you said, board games might not be something that goes down at the Neal household anymore. Is there something though that you guys try to do every single Thanksgiving?
Honestly, I mean, Thanksgivings are tough when you have a bunch of people in season and fall at the same time. But I just will say, like, my family always finds a way to be together, which is really, really special. My freshman year, my first Thanksgiving away from home, you know, we had a game the day before, and the day after, so I didn't have time to go home, but my family all traveled over. I was in the dorms, so we ended up having a Thanksgiving in the hotel room with like a store-bought rotisserie chicken, the like instant mashed potatoes and whatever we could find. And was it the best food? No, but just like that desire to be together and celebrate as a family, like, that means the most to me. So it was really cool.
Not to get too sentimental here, but
I know,
that's the memory. No, and you're going to remember that one, right? And that's what it's all about. Well, Colby, hopefully you have, speaking of memories, plenty more great memories, not only in this building, 2, 3, 4, who knows, however many more times, counting the postseason, and then beyond that as well. Congrats on the draft selection as well, and continued success in the future.
Thank you so much.
We'll be joined by Graham Rossini, wrapping things up here on Sunday Electro when we come back. Back here on Sun Devil Extra, Braden Bell joined alongside AD Graham Rossini. A little TV magic. I guess we're unveiling the curtain a little bit. Maybe these aren't always recorded in exact sequence. I don't know. You be the judge at home. But yes, the bench is behind us as women's basketball, their practice.
We're efficient with our time. That's what matters the most.
Yep, innovative and efficient. The two words that I'd use to describe not only this program, but this university as a whole. A big win over the weekend as we get back into the flow of things here for ASU hockey. And it has been a brutal schedule in the NCHC. We say it every single week. They were humbled at home on Friday. They bounced back against number 3 Denver with some overtime heroics. Cullen Potter, friend of the program, scores with 22 seconds left in overtime to beat number 3 Denver in what has emerged into a great rivalry. And you just got the sense, Graham, like watching that, they needed it. And they got it in a really big moment.
Yeah, in front of the home crowd, which is always important. And Cullen Potter, what else do you say? Big-time players making big-time plays at a critical moment. And we are better in the long run because of the start that this team has had. And you know, every week you look up and it's like, wow, top 20 team, top 5 team, top 10 team. And you know, they're coming away with some bright spots out of that. And we had some great news in hockey that we shared last week, the endowment of Coach Powers as the head coach and his extension as well. And so Mike and Nancy Friend really stepping up to lead that effort to endow our first head coaching position at a departmental level. It's something we've been working hard at with the Sun Devil Club, so really appreciate our team for working on that with the Friend family. An unbelievable outcome, pairing that with Coach Powers' well-deserved extension. And so, you know, a lot of good momentum off the ice, and then to go beat Denver at home, number 3 Denver, if I remember correctly. A really kind of important win, and in that fashion, that's a spark win.
It is.
Saturday night, overtime win from your best player scoring the game-winning goal, launching you into the holiday, launching you into a non-conference weekend against Ohio State, which would be fun to get them on campus. Maybe it takes off from here. We'll have to find out, but it's really the outcome that you wanted. Top 5 team on your home ice, big win like that, and let's see what they do with it.
And as you mentioned, we were going to shout out Coach Powers and what great news that is for the program. Of course, like the founding father of this program, someone has taken this program to the heights it's at now and hopefully continuing to grow this program. He'll be around in Tempe for several more years. So very exciting. Congratulations to Coach Powers for that extension there. Holiday hockey, it's a busy weekend, but Friday, 3 o'clock against Ohio State. You got the name recognition, of course, the Buckeyes brand coming in here, but Mullet Arena is Sun Devil country, and you expect it to be one of those situations. There was an opportunity last year, I think it might have been the Utah football game a year ago, where there was hockey, then football. Same thing this week, leading into the Arizona football game, but then Saturday at 5. So some more opportunities to kind of double dip on the same day. It's the beauty of all of our facilities here being so close.
Yeah, well, started a little bit earlier too. 10:30 women's hoops gets going Friday right here.
Triple dipper then.
Triple dipper. Is that a thing?
They don't pay advertisements, so I can't say who, but yes.
Should make a T-shirt.
Well,
triple dipper.
we've already got a couple T-shirts out on the show today.
Hey, at this point, I'm fully embracing like the merch plugs on Sun Devil Extra.
Use promo code Graham for 10% off at checkout. I don't know.
Rowback stepping up. Adidas, always a great partner. Got Shinola in the mix now. Like we're a licensed machine. It's good.
Shameless in this show.
But you're right. 10:30 women's hoops, 2:30 hockey at Mullet Arena, culminates with football at Mountain America Stadium. I mean, what a cool day. And
it's amazing.
I know a lot of people talk about traffic and access, and our team is hard at work solving for all that. But a lot of family in town, a lot of people back home in the valley for the holidays, and what a great way to spend a Friday here on the Tempe campus. We've got the Know This Innovation corridor restaurants that are now up and running. They're going to have a great day on Friday, and start that tailgate a little bit earlier. Come out in the morning, come join us here for women's basketball, stay for hockey, end up at football, or don't, just be in the area, be in the zone and kind of take in that momentum and that energy. It's going to be a lot of fun. I always like going to sporting events this week. There's some kind of a maybe unofficial family tradition. My brother lived out here for a while. We'd always go to the Wednesday night Coyotes game in Glendale going into holiday, or Thanksgiving holiday. We missed the Coyotes locally, but Sun Devils are filling the void with Wednesday night volleyball, have your Thanksgiving on Thursday, come out Friday for the 3 that we've mentioned, volleyball back here Saturday, so ton of Sun Devil opportunities as we celebrate the Thanksgiving week.
It is a busy week.
Great time of year to be here.
And a nice shout out to bring up the support staff, like you said, because none of these events would happen without those people.
Yeah, can we follow the camera on Mark and Kyle here?
Yeah, they're
guys, little wave to the show.
Wave to the show, guys. There we go. Yep.
Thank you.
This wouldn't be possible without them, of course.
Pretty cool. Hardworking team behind the scenes.
A lot of hours, late nights spent in this building and in the other facilities as well. Off now to the pool, where the number 2 men's swim and dive team had a heck of a weekend in Knoxville. They took home the CSCAA dual meet. Had to look at that long acronym there, but a big win nonetheless. And another program. National championship a couple of years ago. They're challenging for it again this year, it seems.
Yeah, and under the radar number 2 swim and dive program right now. And the sky's the limit. And there's a lot of talent in the pool. I know we talked a couple weeks ago about some of the Olympic hopefuls that are in our pool on this campus right now. Ilya Haroun has already done it. Johnny Kulo and others are going to have a chance to earn their way on the Olympic teams for LA in 28. And they're performing at a very high level. And the home crowds for swimming at Mona Plummer have been amazing. They have a fun spring schedule as we kind of get on the other side of the spring semester here. So, proud of what they did in Knoxville. That was a big weekend, a really good test against some other ranked programs in a pool that we haven't competed in quite as often as maybe some others, and they're doing their thing. And Harvey has taken control of this program and led it in an incredible way, and just very proud of him and the other coaches for how they're leading these young athletes, and a lot of talent in the pool. Pretty fun to watch.
More solid foundations of leadership in that program, like so many of the others we've covered today as well. Because we're topical on this show, and if you listen to the volleyball interviews, I already kind of went off on this, but now for the real important figure here on the program, what are you thankful for ASU edition? Anything come to mind? I have one if you want me to lead off.
Go for it, yeah.
The white Sparky helmet.
Ooh.
I'm thankful for that. It was gorgeous.
That was good.
It shined under the lights in Boulder.
I didn't realize that we had not tried Sparky on white before. That was a big deal. And I'm glad we did it. It looked great. Probably not the last time we'll see that particular iteration. I think you save it for the right moment. Sure. But I liked it with the maroon pant.
Oh.
White jersey, maroon pant. I've always liked that combo, particularly with the gold helmet. But white Sparky, it was great.
Yeah.
really well received.
Yeah. Anything though that comes to mind?
I mean, I was
know
going
we
to
just
go a
talked-
lot deeper.
Well, no, I know.
helmet,
I went
but-
really soft. That's why I wanted to go first and let you come with the emotion.
Well, I mean, I've said this since I've been lucky to be in this role. Like everything great in my adult life happened the moment I came to ASU. My wife's a Sun Devil. We've got 2 kids that are on this planet because we met at ASU. And, you know, this time of year, you're sentimental, you're appreciative of your family. And my life changed only for the better the moment I came to Tempe in 1998 at this point. And so just grateful for my ASU experience, grateful for the opportunities personally and professionally that it's created. And, you know, a fun week to reflect and look back at the journey to where we are today, knowing that there's a lot more we want to do, a lot more we're thinking about as a department, as an institution, but you know, grateful for where we are today and thankful for the opportunities that we get each and every day here.
I'm going to really humble you here potentially, but I think a lot of people are thankful for you and your leadership in this role as well.
Yeah, it's that's the weird part about the job, right? But I take it seriously, and we're just getting started. You know, I've said it before. I don't think we ever really kind of arrive at the destination in a job like this. But if we show growth and progression in everything that we're trying to do, that's what we're thinking about every day. Let's be better on Tuesday than we were on Monday. Let's be better next week than we were this week. It's constantly tinkering and tweaking our plan, refining it, creating new opportunities. But man, I'm having a blast. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun just to try to connect as many people to ASU as we can, and we'll keep at it.
One of the busiest weeks of the year in Sun Devil athletics in terms of home events, especially right now. And it all caps off, obviously, with major events on Black Friday, really a Maroon and Gold Friday, if you will, through the weekend as well. Hopefully you can join us on campus whenever that is throughout the weekend. If not, of course, stay up to date on social media. Watch the games if you're out of town, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're thankful for you, Sun Devil Nation, as well. For Graham Rossini, I'm Braden Bell. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's beat the team down south on the gridiron. Let's have a great week.